Hello, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video we're looking at the Grand Mafia, and what I will be focusing on for today would be the Vengeance Chase and Tempest Trials. So every day you'll kind of like get an opportunity to get some like luxury car things like luxury car experience and luxury car coupons. So for Vengeance Chase you'll be obtaining mostly these like credits to exchange for some cars or even to upgrade the star level for the cars. And for the Tempest Trials you'll be getting more like luxury car experience points for you to level up your cars. So what I'll be letting you know is how do you increase your points for Vengeance Chase or Tempest Trials. Just to let you know that you don't really have to always achieve the highest damage points every time, because it can be very resource heavy for you to keep activating like crew size buff or even like have always switching to like your combat stats. So what I recommend you when you want to increase your damage points, usually it would be for ranking purposes. When you reach the top 100 you're able to get some additional rewards, so this is what you might really want to be using this for, or you want to achieve your challenge task. So for me, I have not hit my 10 million damage yet, and yeah, I just simply have not reached the point where I want to hit this last milestone. But of course, the ways for you to increase your damage points would be to activate crew size, have as many troops as possible to attack this Vengeance Chase, and also to have the highest attack, defense and HP buff. But because for Vengeance Chase and Tempest Trials there are actually no units that you are attacking, let me just show you an example. So over in this report you can see that the respective stats for the Crooked Tycoon, which is the Vengeance Chase or the Tempest Trial, and when you click on the better details you can see that there's actually no enemy information, so you can't really see how much troops they have. But ultimately it is not about how many troops they have, but it's how many troops you can kill. So I would assume that the amount of units inside here is infinite, and the most basic thing that you just have to follow is that is this Crooked Tycoon a hitman, bruiser or biker. So of course, if this Crooked Tycoon, for example, for today is hitman, I have sent a full bruiser raid to do as much damage as possible to this Vengeance Chase Trials. And as you can see, I've obtained a total of 1.4 million points. I guess it's not too bad. Sometimes you think that once you activate your best crew size, your best combat stats, and your damage points obtained is, for example, 1.4 million, and this is the best you can obtain. Actually, there are a couple of ways you can even increase these points further if you are in the wrong formation or you have the wrong enforcer set up. So what I recommend you to do is, firstly, make sure that your enforcers are set correctly, and if this is a bruiser raid, make sure to send 4 bruiser enforcer followed by your best enforcer. Usually this will be your underboss enforcer, so for me it's the Red Thorn, which is my best enforcer. So make sure to send, because Red Thorn is a biker enforcer, I need the rest of my enforcers to be bruiser. So why this is very important and how this really affects your damage is because if you have more than one enforcer that is not bruiser, for example a biker or hitman enforcer inside, when they do not have any hitman or biker troops to control within your attack, so you kind of lose points from not having your enforcers use its skills. Because when they use skills, you can see that they actually kill some troops over here, which is listed by this skull logo, and you can only have a maximum of 4 of a troop type enforcer controlling the attack. So if you have a 5th bruiser, that they won't really be taking part in this attack. Therefore the 5th bruiser enforcer will reflect similarly to my Red Thorn, which is a 0 kills. And how this really affects your points, I'll be getting to that, is I have experimented having one enforcer which has more attack as compared to my bruiser enforcer, but this enforcer is a bucket enforcer. So let me just show you my stats, my attack stats. As you can see, this is a 1.411% attack for bruisers in percentage, and when I show you this other combat report, you can see that I dealt 1.34 million in damage points. However, you can see that actually I have an increase in combat attack for my bruiser, but what I'm losing out is because I have swapped one of my bruiser enforcer with a biker enforcer, and this doesn't really maximize how much damage you deal to this enemy attack. And because I only send mostly bruisers or a bruiser attack, my biker or hitman enforcer have no way to use their skills or even buff up the army to deal more damage. Therefore, my Red Son and Professor is at 0 kills, so it's quite pathetic. And this really brought down some damage points, even though my combat stats has an overall increase in attack. So this is one of the more important things that you have to take note to make sure that you have the correct enforcer formation. Best is bruiser attack, 4 bruiser enforcers, hitman attack, 4 hitman enforcers, and so on. The next one to look out for will be formations, and as you can see, my next report, okay, this report I am in bruiser square, and this has increased my damage points to 1.5 million points, which is the highest of everything. The reason why you want to use bruiser square for your bruiser attack in this case is because your bruisers will be at the front of the formation and they would have less lag or less delay in contacting the enemy troops. That is the theory, and for this the theory is working correctly. So for only Vengeance, Chase, and Tempest Trials, you want to have your attacking troop right at the front of the formation. So if you're attacking with bruiser, have bruiser square, and square formations deal the most damage because at the front all of your 4 troop formations will be bruiser. So if you're attacking with hitman, same thing, hitman square, and bikers, biker square. So from this way, when you attack, you would be able to get more damage points. And you also might argue that actually my damage stats for this will be higher. As you can see, 1431. However, my previous attack is also 1431, and I'm using the hitman square. And let me just show you my enforcer. It is also a full 4 bruiser enforcer. The only difference in this one is the formation. So as you can see, just the difference in formation, you have about 100,000 increase in damage points. And I hope this really short video on Vengeance Chase or Tempest Trials will help you get more damage points and even like put you into a top 100 rankings, or even push you to receive all of your rewards for the challenge task. And you would be obtaining the highest of 10 million damage points, and you will get 10,000 gold if you reach 10 million points. Of course, you also can get the rest of the damage point milestones when you reach the relevant damage points. And with this, I end my video, and I hope you guys have learned something from this. And if you do like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys again real soon for my next video.